Russian Defense Ministry reports on the progress of the special military operation as of October 30th, 2024. This is part 1 of the report. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue the special military operation. In Kharkov direction, the Sever Group of Forces defeated formations of 3rd, 116th Territorial Defense Brigades, 4th and 5th border detachments of the Ukrainian border service near Shestakovo, Volchansk, Odnorobovka, and Goptovka in Kharkov region. 2 counterattacks of the AFU 82nd Air Assault Brigade were repelled. The AFU losses were up to 70 troops, 4 motor vehicles, and 3 122mm D-30 howitzers. The Zapad Group of Forces liberated Krygliakovka in Kharkov region. Russian units engaged 14th, 63rd, 92nd Mechanized Brigades, 3rd Assault Brigade near Petropavlovka, Berestovoye in Kharkov region, Nadia in Lugansk People's Republic, and Serebryansky Forestry. 5 counterattacks of 14th Mechanized Brigade, 77th Airmobile Brigade of the AFU, and 1st National Guard Brigade were repelled. The enemy lost up to 410 troops, 2 infantry fighting vehicles, a Kazakh armored fighting vehicle, 6 pickups, a 152mm D-20 gun, a US-made 105mm M119 gun, a 122mm Verba MLRS, an Enclave and electronic warfare station. 5 ammunition depots were destroyed. The Yug Group of Forces continued to advance into the depths of the enemy's defense, hitting 30th, 33rd, 54th, 72nd, Mechanized Brigades 46th, Airmobile Brigade 79th Air Assault Brigade, 143rd Infantry Brigade 10th Mountain Assault Brigade of the AFU and 18th National Guard Brigade close to Alexandro Shultino, Zaleznyanskoye, Sukiya Yali, Chasov Yar, Markovo, Dalneye, Romanovka, Kurakovo, Nikiforovka, Reznikovka, Seversk, and Slavyansk in Donetsk People's Republic. 2 counterattacks by AFU 24th and 28th Mechanized Brigades were repelled. The enemy's losses amounted to up to 520 troops, a US-manufactured M113, a 155mm M777 howitzer, a Kazakh armored fighting vehicle, 7 motor vehicles, a French-made 155mm Caesar self-propelled artillery system, 2 Enclave and electronic warfare stations, and 2 ammunition depots. The Center Group of Forces liberated Selidovo in the Donetsk People's Republic. Russian units hit the 114th Mechanized Brigade, the 95th Air Assault Brigade, the 25th Airborne Brigade, the 68th Jaeger Brigade, the 38th Marine Brigade, as well as the 109th and 122nd Territorial Defense Brigades close to Promen, Rozovka, Lisovka, Vishnyovoye, Leninskoye, Druzhba, Alexandropol, and Dimitrov, also in the Donetsk People's Republic. 10 counterattacks from the AFU's 93rd and 100th Mechanized Brigades, the 49th Assault Battalion, and the 35th and 37th Marine Brigades were repelled. The AFU losses amounted to up to 515 troops, an armored personnel carrier, 2 armored fighting vehicles, 3 motor vehicles, and a 122mm D-30 howitzer. The Vostok Group of Forces improved the situation along the front line and defeated the 21st National Guard Brigade and the 35th Marine Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine close to Ravnopol and Oktyabr in the Donetsk People's Republic. 2 counterattacks from the AFU's 425th Assault Battalion and the 113th Territorial Defense Brigade were repelled. The AFU losses amounted to up to 115 troops, a tank, 8 motor vehicles, and a French-made 155mm Caesar self-propelled artillery system. The DNEPR Group of Forces engaged the manpower and hardware of the 82nd Air Assault Brigade of the AFU, the 35th Marine Brigade, and the 110th, 124th, and 126th Territorial Defense Brigades near Belogorie in the Zaporozhye region, as well as Nikolskoye, Tokarevka, and Otradokomenka in the Kherson region. The AFU losses amounted to up to 55 troops, 3 motor vehicles, a French-made 155mm Caesar self-propelled artillery system, and 2 Enclave and electronic warfare stations. Operational tactical aviation, attack drones, missile troops, and artillery of the Russian groups of forces have engaged the infrastructure of military airfields. The oil base used to fuel AFU positions in Zaporozhye and South Donetsk directions, ammunition depots, temporary deployment areas, and clusters of enemy manpower and military hardware in 147 areas. Russian air defense have shot down a US-made HIMARS MLRS projectile, a French-made Hammer aerial guided bomb, and 67 fixed-wing unmanned aerial vehicles. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, 647 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 34,850 unmanned aerial vehicles, 584 anti-aircraft missile systems, 18,911 tanks and other armored fighting vehicles, 1,482 MLRS combat vehicles, 16,989 field artillery guns and mortars, and 27,755 units of support military vehicles have been neutralized. The Russian Defense Ministry reports on repelling an attempt by the armed forces of Ukraine to invade Russian territory in the Kursk region on the 30th of October, 2024. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue the operation to neutralize an enemy group, which broke into the territory of the Kursk region. The Sever Group of Forces continued offensive actions and inflicted losses on formations of the 22nd, 41st, 115th Mechanized Brigades, 17th Tank Brigade, 82nd, 95th Air Assault Brigades, 36th. Marine Brigade 103rd, 112th, and 129th Territorial Defense Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine near Daryino, Nizhny Klin, Nikolayevo Daryino, Novoivanovka, and Plyokovo. The group's units repelled 8 enemy counterattacks in the direction of Daryino, Nizhny Klin, Nikolayevo Daryino, Novoivanovka, and Plyokovo. The losses amounted to up to 70 people killed and wounded, a tank, an infantry fighting vehicle, 6 armored fighting vehicles, and 3 motor vehicles. Army aviation and artillery inflicted fire damage on clusters of manpower and hardware of the 21st, 41st, 47th, and 61st Mechanized Brigades, 17th Tank Brigade, 80th, 82nd, and 95th Air Assault Brigades, 36th Marine Brigade, as well as the 1st Special Operations Brigade, 103rd, 112th, 129th Territorial Defense Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, and the 17th National Guard Brigade of Ukraine near Alexandria, Viktorovka. Guyevo Daryino, Kazachya, Lokhnya, Kolmakov, Kruglenkoye, Lebedevka, Leonidovo, Martinovka, Mikhailovka, Nikolayevo Daryino, Nikolsky, Novoivanovka, Novi, Podplyokovo, Sverdlikovo, Cherkaskoye, Porechnoye, and Yuzhny. Operational tactical and missile troops engaged the concentration areas of the 21st, 22nd, 41st, 61st, 115th Mechanized Brigades, 17th Tank Brigade, 95th Air Assault Brigade, as well as the 129th Territorial Defense Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and 1st National Guard close to Basovka, Belovody, Zhuravka, Lokhnya, Obody, Pavlovka, and Khotin. During the day, AFU losses amounted to more than 350 troops, 25 armored vehicles including a tank and infantry fighting vehicle, and 23 armored fighting vehicles, as well as 2 mortars and armored recovery vehicle, and 25 motor vehicles. Since the beginning of hostilities in Kursk region, the AFU losses amounted to more than 28,000 troops, 180 tanks, 101 infantry fighting vehicles, 106 armored personnel carriers, 1,055 armored fighting vehicles, 759 motor vehicles, 240 artillery guns, 40 MLRS launchers, including 11 of HIMARS, and 6 of MLRS, made by the USA 9 anti-aircraft missile launchers, 7 transport loading vehicles, 58 EW stations, 12 counter-battery warfare radars, 3 air defense radars, 25 pieces of engineering and other material, 13 counter-obstacle vehicles, 1 UR-77 mine-clearing vehicle, 5 armored recovery vehicles, and 1 command post vehicle. The operation to neutralize the AFU units is in progress. Russian Defense Ministry, like, share, and subscribe.